Hello, this video is to assign the discussion board 3 assignment. If you look in the discussion board 3 module, you'll see certain required videos, including, of course, the lecture videos in which we discussed the differences between capitalism and socialism, and examine them also in terms of some politics. I've also included in this module a capitalism versus socialism infograph, as well as several videos on capitalism versus socialism, and capitalism, socialism, communism explained simply, as well as socialism is force video from the renowned economist Milton Friedman. So you can take a look at those, but of course the lectures are the required reading, viewing as far as this, as well as the reading from the Heiner text. So for this discussion board, which is titled Capitalism, Socialism, and Elections in the U.S., I want you to consider two scenarios. When the Cuban dictator Fidel Castro was alive in Cuba, voters who participated in elections would basically have the option of voting for one candidate, Fidel Castro. So when voters entered the discussion or the voting booth, they basically were given a ballot that had one name on it, Fidel Castro's. Most Cuban voters represented that they felt they had both freedom and democracy because they only needed one candidate to vote from, because they felt that Castro represented the interests of Cuba. As Americans, how do we feel about this situation in relation to our concepts of freedom and democracy? So you're welcome to write a little bit about that. And then the second scenario is, the U.S. has demonstrated very little tolerance for any left-leaning ideologies, as we discussed in class. The two major political parties, i.e. Democrat and Republican, both are very pro-capitalist, or in other words, support very pro-capitalist policies and values. This is different than, for example, many of the rest of the world, including Western Europe, in which political parties that represent the entire economic spectrum are able to vote. So, in your opinion, is America actually, quote unquote, a one-party system? How does this affect your social construction of freedom in our society? So again, we're looking at Cuba, we're looking at the United States, and then for the third part of the discussion board, I'd like you to compare and contrast your views regarding what you wrote about the Cuban system of elections and the American system of elections. Okay. Of course, always remember to provide at least 2 citations in correct APA format to support your discussion, and leave insightful feedback on a minimum of 2 other people's posts. Okay. Any questions? Please feel free to ask. Thank you.